Good evening, everyone. This is Jeremy here at ExtremeWeatherTracker.com, updating your tropical weather at 8:05 p.m. on June the 6th, 2013. This was my first video of the year. We have Tropical Storm Andrea located over the Big Bend of Florida, moving off to the north and east at a fairly fast pace. And you can see we also have an invest here in the central Atlantic that the National Hurricane Center is giving a 10% chance of developing in the next 48 hours. Could possibly encounter some high shear in the eastern Caribbean here near the Lesser Antilles that could prevent development in the near future anyway. And as we look at these different graphics, we can also see the rainfall total map for the eastern seaboard coming up, and you can see in this area here you can see 4 to 5 inch totals straight up the eastern seaboard, Georgia, North and South Carolina, up into parts of Virginia, all the way up to the northeastern states here over the next few days. So these guys are definitely in for some heavy rainfall, possibly some gusty winds, isolated tornadoes, etc. So the next graphic here we want to show you is the model tracks for this is for the invest that I was talking about earlier, and this one, invest 92, I believe. Sorry about this. Yeah, this is invest 92, and you can see the model tracks take it off basically in a west-northwest direction here, just skirting the Lesser Antilles Islands. But as we talked about earlier, there is some high shear in this area of the world that I will show you on this next graphic. As you can see, the invest is somewhere in this area, and as you can see in this area here, we have these reds and yellows which indicate high wind shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere, possibly preventing development of this system at all. Could shear it completely apart, and so that's something we'll just have to watch down the road and see if anything develops out of that system. As you can see, here are the model tracks for Andrea in very good agreement, taking this directly off to the northeast, over the southeastern tip of Georgia, basically Georgia, Alabama, South and North Carolina, all these states in here basically getting hit with this heavy rainfall as Andrea moves off to the northeast over the next few days, really just pounding these folks with rain. And as we can see here on the satellite imagery, we see Andrea moving on shore. You see these feeder bands really pounding Florida today in this area. Several tornadoes reported. So this has been a dangerous system, spun up fairly quickly down in the southern Gulf of Mexico and made its way toward the Florida Peninsula. So this has definitely been a rainmaker. And the last image I want to show you here is the wide view rainbow loop, and you can see on my rainbow loop you see the invest 92 out here, and then you see Andrea making her way on shore, definitely drenching these folks with heavy rainfall and some isolated tornadoes, gusty winds, etc. So we'll be definitely keeping an eye on Andrea as she makes her way on shore with 50-mile-per-hour winds and mostly a rain event, I believe, up the eastern seaboard. So we'll see how she affects those folks up the eastern seaboard. Everyone there, please stay safe and heed the warnings of your local officials. And then we'll be keeping an eye on Invest 92 out here. But with the amount of shear that's in this area of the eastern Caribbean and the western Atlantic here, I don't expect anything to come of it, at least in the near term. If it can survive this area and get into the western Caribbean or the Gulf, then we'll have to watch it later down the road. But for now, that's all that's going on in the tropics. So once again, this is Jeremy at ExtremeWeatherTracker.com. Keep checking back and I'll keep updating. Thanks.